Welcome to the Amazon Savages podcast. Today, I'm joined with Taylor Thomas and Taylor Jones. Taylor Jones has sold 1.8 million in the last 12 months on Amazon, and Taylor Thomas has sold $350,000 worth of gift cards to one person in one day. That's his specialty. He's a gift card seller, helping you guys, Amazon sellers, online arbitrage people, retail arbitrage people, save money buying from these stores by buying gift cards at discounted prices. Welcome to the Amazon Savages.
Welcome to the Amazon Savages podcast. Hear the stories of Amazon sellers crushing it in the game and keep up with the latest strategies that are working. Sit back, relax, and remember, if you truly try and work really hard, you will make a ridiculous amount of money selling on Amazon.
And not only has he sold that many gift cards in one day, he's also the official sponsor of Miami Sellers Conference. This is the first time that we've had a sponsor come on the pod. So welcome to the podcast here, Thomas.
Hey, man. Appreciate you having me here. Thank you.
Yeah,
100%.
This is good stuff because I feel like, I personally haven't sold OA in probably over a year, but I feel like so many new sellers get in the game and they store stock, they find a product, and they're like, oh, this X, Y, and Z person is selling it. I'm just going to buy it. And then they get the product and they break even on it, And I feel like that you, especially nowadays, as competitive as OA is, you have to be finding all these different ways to get the best possible price. And, discounted gift cards, I feel like, is what the new sellers need to be looking into.
Yeah, I feel like, again, I don't sell on Amazon myself currently, so I can't say this firsthand, but I just feel like there's in some situations a lot of saturation, because you got so many people selling on Amazon nowadays. So you're right, like you do need pretty much every edge or advantage that you can get. So discounted gift card is one primary way that people do that, in addition to some of the other stuff like credit card rewards and cashback sites and all that.
What's like the average discount you guys are? Do you know that off the top of your head, or no? Like if you had, or maybe a range that people are looking at when they buy gift cards from you guys?
Yeah, so if they're paying with a credit card, because the rate varies based on if you're paying with credit card or doing an ACH bank transfer, but I'd say the average is somewhere around 6%. There's brands where it's like, okay, maybe there's not room for a large discount, so maybe it's closer to 2%, but then there's brands like Adidas and Columbia, et cetera, that are closer to 10. So I'd say around 6.5 is the average.
So if someone's spending $500,000 a year times 0.06, 30 grand a year, that's a teacher's salary. You guys,
there you go.
Can they use credit card when they pay with you or no?
Yes. Yeah.
So you can get the credit card points and then the discounted from the gift cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the nice pieces about it, is because you're not having to pick one or the other or sacrifice one or the other. You get to do both, right? So if you're getting, if you use, let's say, a Capital One Spark Cash card on all your inventory purchases, so you're getting 2% back on everything. You could then come to us and buy a Nike gift card, and let's say we have it at 5% off. You're not having to give up that 2%. Now you're at 7% back that you're getting in total with both of those things combined. And I really like the idea of stacking rewards and different types of, cashback and discounts, because then, it all adds up. And in the end, you're keeping a lot of that money and making more profit.
100%. And the reason why we bring you in the podcast and trust you is not only you showed up to Miami Sellers Conference last year, you've also been selling a decent amount of gift cards to our friend Jameson Philippi. And he's a very skeptical guy. So for him to buy from you, that means like we trust you, because that guy's been through some shit. Go listen to our old podcast. He's got an interesting story.
Really? I don't know about that.
Go listen. There's an episode. I've probably interviewed him 3 or 4 times on my pod, but I don't know if we got into it at the pod out in New York, Taylor. But the whole thing about him being like a drug dealer or a drug addict.
He's not a drug dealer.
Either one, maybe both.
He probably was a dealer, but being a drug addict and coming up, and then like just all the sketchy shit he went through. Like if you hang out with Jameson, he's just the type of person that doesn't trust everyone. Like he's like got this like air of like skepticism to him, and so for him to buy from you means he really trusts you. And so and we also are probably gonna have quite a few people from the online arbitrage community. That's some of my audience, but then also Miles and Warner. we probably have those people watching right now, and they're doing a lot of flips from websites where they're buying Nike and Adidas. So if you can talk about, what gift cards can you offer to the traditional online arbitrage seller and how much money, you're kind of saving them.
Yeah. So first of all, Jameson's awesome. I met him. First time I met him was at the Miami Sellers Conference last year.
Did he sell you any drugs?
Nope. Maybe he will this year. I don't know. We'll see. No, but anyway,
it was jokes I make. I made a joke about FBA Michaela doing stolen goods on my story, and somebody thought it was real. Somebody was like, "Did FBA Michaela really steal that?" And I'm like, "Wow!" Like everything I say is gonna be taken literally.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, he's really cool. Like I said, I met him there at the conference, and it was interesting because he reached back out to me like several months later. It wasn't like he just started buying stuff immediately. I think it was like June or July where he hit me up on Facebook and was like, "Hey, can I get some gift cards?" I was like, "Sure." Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I'm excited to see him again at this year's event. As far as
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Jameson. I mean, I've actually taken week-long sourcing trips with him, and it's incredible. He'll go into a store and he'll have like 3 different coupon codes. Like he comes prepared. He plans trips and stuff. So I think that says a lot that he's
cool.
Yeah. So, but what were you gonna say?
Yeah, no, just what Avery was asking about as far as the different types of brands that we offer and how much we can help people save. I mean, we have around 40 brands on our website, more or less. The thing with us is like our main focus is arbitrage sellers versus, or compared to or contrasted with rather, other discounted gift card platforms that just serve everybody or primarily consumers on a mass scale. The goal for me from the beginning has always been to build a platform specifically designed for arbitrage sellers. So that's been our main focus. And, currently we don't sell gift cards for stores that don't really pertain to doing arbitrage. So we don't sell like McDonald's gift cards or anything because nobody's reselling Big Macs as far as I'm aware of,
Hey, you know what? There was a McDonald's lead in one of their Happy Meals, the Pokemon cards, I think, or something.
Wow. Okay. Well, who knows? If that comes back, maybe we need to start doing that. But anyway, yes. I mean, we focus on the main, big popular brands that people use for RA and OA. So some of the ones that come to mind for me first would be like Nike, Adidas, Macy's, Sephora, Kohl's, Target, Home Depot, etc. Those are really big ones,
Let's talk about the Home Depot and the Kohl's. What kind of discounts can people expect for those?
Yeah, so Kohl's, for example, if you're paying with credit card, is typically anywhere in between 3.5 and 5% off.
Nice.
Home Depot is typically a little bit less, so normally around like 3%. But that's for most of the time. For both of those, we have larger denomination cards. I'm talking like $500 per card, which is really helpful if you're buying a lot and doing a lot of volume. I know that's one of the pain points that people sometimes have with discounted gift cards is not only finding the discount they need, but also the denomination that they need, because if you're going to spend 10 grand at a store, you don't want a ton of $25 gift cards. Like that's just too much to manage, right? So having larger value cards means you have less to manage, which just makes everything easier. There's some other brands, like Nike and Macy's, where sometimes we have better discounts. So for Macy's, typically with paying with credit card, we're typically around 7% off, more or less.
Nice.
And Nike, a lot of times we're able to do 5% off, even paying with credit card as well. Wow. So, I mean, it all depends on the brand and the denomination and the time of month because stuff is fluctuating on a pretty regular basis.
Mm-hmm. So you're able to offer all these websites at larger amounts. Like you're not going to offer someone like, hey, I'm going to give you $10, $25 gift cards with different, it's all large sum amounts for all these websites. It sounds like.
For the most part, yes. We do sometimes have smaller denominations on the website if the discount is really good, because I know that there's going to be some customers that want that. So for example, there's been times where we've been able to offer Adidas gift cards, like $50 gift cards, but at 14% off. really good rate. And some people will jump on that all day. There's other people who, depending on how much volume they're doing and how much they, feel like managing a higher quantity of cards, they may say, yeah, like that's great, but I don't even want that. I'd rather stick with, $250 gift cards at 8% off rather than take that additional discount just because it's less headache to do that. So I think, each user has their own preference. So we try to have options for everybody, but the ideal thing is to have larger denomination gift cards as much as possible.
Yep. We have a select few listeners who are probably listening to this in 2x speed right now. They're just trying to get the golden nuggets, and they want to know, like, hey, I got 50 grand to spend. I buy, 300K from Nike every month.
Yeah.
Can I buy 50 grand from you today? Is that possible?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and most of the time when we do bulk orders, we have to do it off the platform. So we typically do just a direct bank transfer or a wire, stuff like that. But
is there any guarantee? Like, what if I think you're stealing these credit cards and I'm skeptical? Is there any guarantee that these credit cards work?
The gift cards, you mean?
Yeah, my bad. Gift cards.
Okay, you good. Yeah, I mean, if you ever have a gift card that's for whatever reason has a typo in it, like it shows up as invalid or it doesn't have the amount of money it's supposed to have, I mean, you can bring it back and we'll resolve it for you. However, that's very, very, very rare. I actually have one person on our team who's they work full time for Arbitrage Card, and they actually balance check every card before we load it to the website. So, which is very tedious and time consuming, but it just helps us to ensure quality control and make sure that people basically never are going to have any issues with the gift cards that they're purchasing on there.
Yeah. I know one time I bought discounted gift cards for like Dick's.com, Dick's Sporting Goods. And I think it was like it flagged it as a reselling like thing and it canceled the purchase. It wasn't a gift card problem, but
right.
do you run into that with like people complaining about like, oh, well, it didn't work? Or like, do you find that like there's certain websites maybe that you guys sell the most on Kohl's or something because you can use as many gift cards as possible? I don't know. Like,
that definitely happens, right? So people do run into canceled orders online, and I mean, I think that's just for each person to kind of figure out how to get around that, and also how much they want to have on hand of gift cards at any given time. I know there's some sellers who, instead of like buying a bunch, stocking up, they'll just buy however many gift cards they need for each purchase they're going to make, right? So if they're like at the checkout or whatever on Macy's.com, they'll buy the amount of gift cards they need for that purchase, and like that's it. And then they'll just rinse and repeat. So then, like, it helps with accounting and tracking primarily, but if something gets canceled, then it helps with that as well. As far as the quantity of gift cards allowed on each website, because you mentioned that as well, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't remember like the limits on all of them, but I know that, for example, Sephora is one that people have issues with because it only lets you use 2 gift cards per order.
okay.
And typically with Sephora, it's a lot harder to find. The $500 gift card is very rare. So typically, like, the most you can get for Sephora is $250. So you'd be limited to like $500 or less per order if you're going to use gift cards at Sephora, and you can only find $250s. Whereas I think, I believe like Macy's and Kohl's are around like either 4 or 5 gift cards at a time, if not more. Wow. And I think I've heard of other ones, like it might be Nordstrom potentially, if I'm remembering correctly, where you can add a lot, like 10 or 15 or more than that. So, I mean, it's a case by case basis, and figuring out what makes the most sense with each of those websites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you were at Miami Sellers Conference last year. I want to ask you a few questions about your experience there. But real quick, for the people that are like burning just to get started with your service, how can they purchase credit cards from you? Or not credit cards, gift cards.
So if you go to arbitragecard.com, that's our website. You can go on there and read just about, everything about us. Yeah, you can read everything about us, everything we offer. And then on the menu, there's a button that just says gift cards. So you would just click on that, and that takes you directly to the selection of gift cards that we have. And you can either scroll down or just type in a search bar and find the gift cards you need. Go into each one, see what's available. If at any point something that you're looking for is out of stock, there's a button called Request a Restock that you can click. That basically lets us know, hey, this is out of stock and someone's looking for it. And we review those every single day so that we know if we need to add more stock of a certain brand. And that also allows you to automatically get notified whenever we do restock it. But yeah, that's the easiest, most direct way to, see what we offer and potentially make some purchases. Yep, there you go.
Super clean website. What is this? You got Be Cool on your website?
Yeah, so those are just all the features that we've done so far. And if you click on one, it actually takes you to the article or the video. Yeah, like in the Be Cool one, it was interesting because that one was actually in Spanish.
Wow.
That one was, I did that one with Fidel from Be Cool for their Spanish channel.
Do you speak Spanish?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, nice.
Muy bien.
Yeah. Sí, lo hablas muy bien también.
Sí. Podemos hablar en español solamente.
Hablar.
Hablar. Soy un gringo.
I
Dude,
know.
yeah, you're
gringo, ¿qué le pasa a este gringo?
I could definitely take some notes from your book, man. You're doing the right things, building your business. This is nice.
Yeah.
Really?
But anyway, yeah, that's got all those things on there. And I guess after this, I can add the Amazon Savages logo on there too.
Yeah.
Whenever we have this stuff.
Heck yeah. This is awesome. This is a super clean website. What are you hosting this on?
I think it's on. So it's on WordPress. We've got WordPress and WooCommerce that we use with it. But yeah, I think it took like 9 months in total to build the entire website. Yeah, if you want to go to like the gift cards thing, that'll show you the selection of all the gift cards on there. Yeah.
Wow. I kind of feel really stupid for not ever using this like the whole year or and a half I did OA.
I mean,
yeah,
I
bought some gift cards, but the thing is, the gift card website I was buying from, it was like sketch, and
yeah, that's the issue.
That was buying it turned out to be stolen Kohl's cash, and we didn't know it. I didn't buy that. I tried buying it. I'm not gonna lie, but my buddy, he sold like a ton at a high profit margin, but who knows? He could have ended up in jail from it.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff, but and especially I feel like too, whenever you see like insanely high discounts, there's probably something weird going on in the background, right? If you're seeing Walmart, if you're seeing Walmart, if you're seeing Walmart at like 20% off or something, like something's not right there most of the time.
I just spent $200 at Kroger's last night.
Yeah, so those are actually so sometimes we sell Kroger fuel points. It's not actually a gift card, but you can use them on gas. Click on Nike really quick. That'd be a good one to look at.
Yep. So what if I want to make a purchase? Oh, I can just add quantities.
Wow, 6% via ACH. Wow.
Yeah, or the 250s are more than that. Yeah, I don't think it lets you do that.
What's the 250, Avery? Click the 250.
Is there a limit? What if I want to buy, like, theoretically, like, let's just say like I get to know your business well and I want to buy like 100K at a time. Can I just email you guys?
I think so. And I might even like put stricter limits on individual transaction sizes at some point. But I think the largest transaction that we've had through the website was like 45K or something. But typically those larger ones, it's we do it off, like outside of the platform. So like you mentioned the 350K thing, like that was one time where we had to do that. That was just a wire transfer we got and then sent a file of all the gift cards to that customer. On the Nikes, you didn't click on the 250s, but I just looked at them myself and those are 5% via credit
so
card.
Each and is different. That's good to know.
Yeah, like you have to click on each denomination and the price is typically different as well. But I know for the 250s, those are at 5% off currently with credit card if you're paying with credit card. and then it should be at
That's
8%.
crazy.
It should be at 8% if you're paying with ACH.
Yeah, so
And
it's kind of the
ACH
same
is actually
difference
brand
because
new. So.
if you're paying with credit card, you might get upwards of what could they get 2%? I guess Capital One gets 2% on all purchases, so they could get 2% from you, and then they're getting 5% off from Nike. Where's the Nike one at?
I just sent this to my grandma. My grandma would even use this. Oh,
you can also if you go to the top, just type Nike in the search bar.
Okay, nice.
And it should filter it and just show you only that.
Nice.
We actually added that very recently because people were like, or some of our users were like, you need to add a search bar because otherwise I have to scroll all the way down. Like people who are buying Target, and it's like, it's sorted alphabetically, so it's way down there.
Oh, I see it. You got 2% off for the 100, and then it changes to the 8% off. You have a big disclaimer here for the out of stock.
Yeah, so if it's out of, we have that there. Just and people can do the request to restock thing, and that basically adds you to an ongoing wait list. So if it ever goes out of stock and then goes back in stock, you get notified about it.
Taylor, do you have social media as well?
I'm not super big on social media. I mean, we have a Instagram account for the business, but in general, I haven't been focusing on it too much.
What's like the easiest way if somebody's got questions to reach out to you?
Probably via email, honestly. I know that's like really old-fashioned, I guess, but it would just be like the best email address would be info@arbitragecard.com.
Okay.
And that comes directly to me. So yeah, in the meantime, before the conference, if anyone has any questions, they can reach out there, and then obviously I'll be at the conference and can answer questions in person as well.
Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the conference. What was your honest opinion of it last year, and why did you feel like you wanted to sponsor it?
Well, as far as the sponsorship, I feel like the ITA and the audience is like exactly it matches up exactly with ours, right? So pretty much mostly people that do OA, or anything arbitrage, that's what we're looking for. But it was definitely a cool group of people. Like I mentioned, Jameson, I met some other people there. So like I remember Julio, who has his prep center. He's a really cool guy.
Him and Taylor are really good friends.
Yeah. Oh, is that an inside joke?
Well, no, I'm sure I know plenty of people that he does great business with. I think we had a bad foot because he offered me free prep, and then it took like a month and a half to get my stuff out the door.
Okay.
But gotcha. If I had a prep center and one of my clients was getting free stuff, he'd probably be at the bottom of the totem pole too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's idiot. We don't have to go there, but yeah. Anyway.
Hey, we keep it real, man.
Yeah, it's. I guess. It's just.
I like
savages, so y'all got to be savage with it.
Exactly. Warner. I trust Warner Fields, and Warner Fields promotes him. And Julio bought tickets to our event last year, so we support.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. It was just a cool vibe overall. like, everyone there was cool, and of course it was in Miami, so that's a big plus as well. Also liked the all the motivational jumping around stuff we did at the beginning. That was interesting. I was like, at first I was like, what's going on here? But then I was like, okay, I guess I'll just go along with it. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
It was fun. So,
Taylor's doing meditation this year.
It's so
really?
important. Well, that physiology stuff, it's so important. Like when you get in state, and that's the biggest thing Tony Robbins talks about. Like you can get moving your body and do things with your vocalizing words and to feel like alive. And especially if people are paying all this money, like it's not a cheap event. Like to show up and be falling asleep in your chair is not the experience we want. Like we want people to be excited and inspired, to feel deeply emotion, to make new friendships and all these things. In order to do that, like you got to be awake.
Yeah, you can show up. You can show up as a person that is not feeling that great, and you can go through the motions and try and do everything you normally would, feeling like shit. But the truth is that if you are a high vibration and you feel fucking good about yourself, when you talk about your business with other people, when you talk about yourself, when you talk about opportunity, when you talk about fucking anything, people are going to feel it come from you. And you're going to show up so differently. You're going to talk about different things and people are going to like you a lot more. You're literally going to make them feel better. And you're going to leave the weekend with more ROI and more relationships. And so like, we just kind of force people to feel good, you know, and then at nighttime we give them alcohol, whatever. But during the day, we're like, you're going to feel fucking good, you know?
Yeah. Did you say something about y'all going to do a meditation thing this time?
Taylor
Is that just a joke?
No,
For real?
it was inspired by Tony Robbins did a meditation at his event. Avery and I went to one, and it was like basically like a visualization where it was like a first part of it's a full body relaxation. And then the next part is like visualizing actually he did also in the middle, like thinking back to times in your life where you felt the most amount of like appreciation or love or excitement or enthusiasm. And then like re-tripping your body to feel that. And then at the very end, visualizing yourself where you want to be in like, let's say 2 to 5 years. And, I mean, that's huge. I personally even when I was doing RA my first year or two, the days that I was feeling the best emotionally in my business, I would find the best stuff, you know? So I think we definitely want to incorporate even more of that this year in helping lead people on that front. So.
Yeah, maybe next year y'all can do some holotropic or what is it, holotropic breath work or some crazy like that. Y'all can keep on that.
Well, actually, we have a guy that potentially might be coming to do that too. So
yeah, we actually we're talking about it's probably going to happen 5 o'clock when we split up on Saturday. We're going to go to the beach and do breath work.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I think he can only do groups of like 25
people is all he can do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Y'all can just keep on adding stuff. Maybe in 5 years, it'll be a ayahuasca retreat too. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, that's later this
year. So I just had an idea. I should be able to share my screen right on here.
Yeah.
Let me do that. Okay. Yeah. I could actually go into like this demo account I have on our website and show you guys some of how it looks like within an account. Not only like what the gift cards look like in there, but also some of the tools and features we have that help with actually managing them. Because I think that is one of the big pain points when it comes to using gift cards is it adds this extra layer of complexity onto everything, right? Instead of, okay, I got this one card, it gets me X% cash back. I use that on everything. That's it. And that's definitely understandable, you know? But so I like part of the goal for me with Arbitrage card as well, in addition to just the gift cards that we offer, is also giving people tools to manage those cards after they've purchased them. Because then now you're using hundreds of gift cards every month. You want to make sure your accounting and tracking and all that stuff is where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So let me try this. And so let's see, entire screen. All right, can y'all see this?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm already in an account, so this is what it looks like. And then, you know, you got this menu over here. If I go into my gift cards, my gift cards are going to show up like this. And by the way, this is the primary delivery method when you buy gift cards on Arbitrage card. Like they just show up in your account. So you're not just having to wait on, you know, an email to get to you and, you know, maybe it gets delayed or goes to spam or something. They just show up in your account.
Yeah,
all these, and these Apple gift cards are actually like, they are real gift cards, but I used them a long time ago. So I'm okay showing like the codes and stuff. But yeah, you'd basically go in here and it's got them grouped by brand and denomination. So you go in here and I can see the brand, the original denomination, the gift card number. Apple gift cards don't only have pins. You just use the redemption code. But for ones that do, like the pin would be here. And I want to just highlight a few of these features we have. So firstly, even though most of the people at the conference are going to be people who do OA primarily, I think, obviously we love, you know, serving retail arbitrage customers as well. And so that's why we have this built-in barcode generator for every single gift card that someone purchases so that they can pull it up, like they could, pull up our website on their phone in a browser. And obviously like this would be adjusted to fit the phone screen size. It wouldn't be this, wide, but that barcode would be in there. So, if they're at the Nike outlet, they don't have to show the cashier a 16-digit gift card number and have them type it in. They can just, hey, scan this barcode, and then they give them the PIN separately, and that saves a lot of time. So that's one key thing in there. We also have the option you can go in and manually update your balance. Currently, again, this is not automated. This is just you go in there and you can update this yourself. So if I buy this card, it's $100 originally. I go in there and I use $55 and I know that 45 is still left. I can do this, and then it's going to show me that later, so that I don't even have to like track this in a spreadsheet or something, or potentially forget about it and, have money left on a card and I totally forget to use it. I can track all that here. And then like once you've zeroed out a card and it has no more money, you can also archive it and essentially mark it as used and move it to a different section. So if I click on this, and I want to add soon like some text here that actually says archive or mark as used. But if I click on this, that basically moves the card out of this section of all the cards that I still have to use that are active, and then moves it into here. And so these archived gift cards, so it separates the ones that are already used compared to the ones I still have to use. So they're not all mixed in together.
Nice.
I can also undo that action if if I'm using gift cards online and like I place an order and I mark all these cards as used and there's no balance left, but then it turns out they canceled the order. Like, I think people have had issues with that on like Macy's sometimes, for example, and they put the money back on it. Well, now I have to undo that. You can also do that. So it's not stuck in there. You can unarchive it and move it back to where it originally was. And then in addition to those features there's also this section called gift card search, which if you are comfortable working in like spreadsheets and using tables, it allows you to see everything like in a single glance, or at least look at a larger volume of gift cards versus one at a time. So I can see all these gift cards in here. I can sort based on whatever. So if I want to see, the highest value first, or the opposite of that, or even the ones that have the most remaining or the ones that have nothing remaining, I can do that. Or even active versus archived. And let's see, I should be able to also, if I wanted to filter and only see ones that are archived, I can do that too, right? And I could filter by brand, by the value, and only see what I want to see. So this is very helpful just to be able to manipulate and analyze that data in whatever way you need to. And you've got bulk action, so you could select a bunch and move to archive, move to active, or I could also, export to a CSV or to an Excel file if I wanted to. So I could do that. Yeah, there we go.
Taylor, if you just want to kind of, I guess, wrap it up and say how people can reach you and what you're excited about at Miami Sellers Conference this year, because we'll see you here in just a few months.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, they can go directly to our website, arbitragecard.com. If anyone has any questions or wants to reach out directly, best email would be info@arbitragecard.com. And I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody has between now and the conference. And obviously, once we get to the conference, I'm happy to talk to people in person as well. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think y'all are still doing the yacht this time again, right?
Yeah. Sunday night, probably around 6 o'clock we'll take off.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't able to go to it last year, so I'm looking forward to that this time. I had like something else going on, and I had to leave before, and I had like paid for it too.
Dang.
And I didn't even get to do it. So I'm definitely excited for that this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and besides that, I know that this year, from what I've seen, and last year was the same, like I know there's going to be a lot of big names there as far as the speakers, Chris Grant, Reezy. So it should be really good.
Yeah, we're super excited for the lineup. I mean, we got a good list of sponsors and speakers, and the sponsors are almost as exciting to have. And by the way, I'm so impressed by what you've put together, Taylor.
Yeah,
like really good work.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Your business is a mess, Taylor. I'm not impressed by it.
Oh man.
But here's all the speakers here. We got Taylor Jones, me, Warner Miles, the Amazon Reezy, Chris Grant, Corey Gannum doing the wholesale challenge. He'll be there. He was an attendee last year.
Sweet.
Fast Track FBA was an attendee last year. He's speaking. 1,000 Nasons, Alexis. We got some booksellers too, doing 800,000 a month in book sales. So Vishal will be there. And
a lot of books.
Dave can read. So yep, I know, right? One of my best friends here. He's been selling books for 15 years. Then we have a notables attendees list. This will only grow as time goes on. Yeah. And obviously, we got our sponsors here, so we'll continue to add to our sponsors. But big shout out to Arbitrage Card. Thank you guys so much. Or thank you. Do you have a team? Is it mainly just you? Are you the sole owner?
I'm the sole owner, but yeah, we got 4 other full-time employees as well. So
okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice. Yep.
Well, awesome work.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me on here.
100%. Go give Taylor a follow. We'll link his socials below, the Instagram you mentioned and stuff. We'll make sure all that's linked. And we'll see you in Miami, man.
Cool. All right. I'll see y'all there in like 6.5 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's kind of scary, actually.
Okay. Man, no excuses. You've had time. You knew it was coming.
Yep. You heard him. Get your tickets, guys. MiamiSellersConference.com.